What if I told you that a single sentence, just a handful of carefully chosen words, spoken at the right moment, could spark instant attraction in a woman's mind? Not because of your looks, not because of your status or career, but because your words touched her emotions in a way she simply couldn't brush aside. Imagine speaking in a way that makes her pause, lean in ever so slightly, let a slow smile spread across her face, and begin seeing you differently without you having to impress her or prove anything. These 6 phrases I'm about to share are not cheap tricks. They are powerful tools. They're grounded in psychology, in emotion, and in timeless human dynamics. When delivered in the right tone, they awaken something deep inside her: curiosity, challenge, intrigue. They flip the script completely. Because once you truly understand how women connect on an emotional level, and you learn how to speak in a way that reaches that hidden core, you'll never feel the need to chase anyone again. Each phrase I'm about to reveal has been designed to linger in her mind long after your conversation ends. If you use them with intention, women will feel as though they've discovered something rare about you, as something they don't want to let go of. But before we dive into these golden phrases, I want you to do something meaningful. Take a moment and hit subscribe. By doing so, you're not only investing in yourself, you're also helping spread this knowledge to countless men out there, men who are tired of being ignored, tired of being stuck in the friend zone, tired of blending in instead of standing out. Every subscription fuels this mission. And when this mission grows, lives transform yours, mine, and the men who need it most. So let's begin. Let's unlock the words that make her heart lean toward you before she even realizes why. The first phrase: you have a unique way about you. I like that. Now, here's the truth. Most men believe they need to flatter a woman's beauty to win her attention. They toss out lines like, "You're really pretty," or "You look amazing tonight," thinking those words will land. But women hear that kind of compliment every single day. It's not that they dislike it, it's that those words are surface level, predictable, and rehearsed. They don't strike anything meaningful. They don't create that spark. But then comes this one simple sentence: "You have a unique way about you. I like that." And suddenly, time seems to slow down. This phrase works like a hidden weapon of attraction because it touches the part of her that craves recognition, not just attention. Attention is shallow. Recognition is rare. It's subtle. It's mysterious. And it makes her mind do something powerful. It makes her wonder. She started asking herself silently, what did he notice about me? What did he see? Was it the way I told that story? The way I laughed? My confidence? Maybe even my little awkwardness? And in that moment, her brain opens a loop that doesn't close right away. The longer it stays open, the more she feels connected, not just to your words, but to you. And that, right there, is the true power of a compliment that sparks curiosity. You're not spelling everything out. You're leaving just enough space for her imagination to wander. That little gap, that mystery, creates tension. And tension, when used the right way, is magnetic. It pulls her closer without her even realizing why. So let's break it down. What are you really saying when you use this phrase? And how do you deliver it in a way that doesn't sound forced or cheesy? The secret is simple. You don't just throw it out at random. You use it in moments that matter. Picture this. She shares a childhood story that clearly means something to her. Or maybe she starts talking passionately about a project she loves, her whole face lighting up. Maybe she cracks a strange but clever joke, the kind most people wouldn't even catch. That's the moment you pause. You don't rush. You let the silence breathe for a second. You hold her gaze, not in a way that feels heavy or uncomfortable, but steady, calm, and intentional. And then, slowly, like you've just uncovered something rare, you say it. You have a unique way about you. I like that. The magic isn't only in the words. The magic is in your tone. You have to sound like you've just discovered something valuable about her, something you didn't see before that moment. It should feel like a truth you've just realized. If you rush it, or worse, if you explain it, you lose the power. This phrase works because of how understated it is. You're not trying to put on a show. You're observing her. And that is rare. Because here's the part most men never hear. Women often feel invisible on an emotional level. Yes, they get noticed for their looks, but how often does someone notice the way they think? The way their laughter fills the space, or the way their eyes light up when they talk about what they love? That's why this line cuts so deep. It tells her without saying it directly, I see something in you that most people overlook. I'm paying attention. You're not just blending into the crowd, you stand out. And the effect, it doesn't just make her feel appreciated, makes her want to reveal more. She lean in closer. She'll share more stories. Layer by layer, she'll start to open up, because now she feels she's with someone who notices her essence, not just her surface. Over time, this creates an imprint. She will begin to associate you with a rare feeling, the feeling of being deeply seen. And that connection is stronger than any pickup line, any flashy compliment, or any brag you could ever throw out. So yes, use this phrase, but use it wisely. Use it when the moment is genuine, and deliver it with the calm, grounded energy of a man who doesn't just look, he truly sees. That moment will stay with her. And so will you. The moment you say, "I like women who know what they want," something powerful begins to happen inside her mind. She starts questioning herself. Do I come across as confident to him? Does he see me as someone who knows what she wants? Am I meeting his standard? That subtle internal dialogue is exactly what builds attraction on a deeper, more meaningful level. Why? Because now, you're not the man chasing. You're the man she wants to qualify herself to. Here's the psychology behind why this phrase resonates so strongly. Women deeply admire men who embody clarity of mind, clarity of purpose, and clarity in their values. And when you say, "I like women who know what they want," you're showing that you value clarity in others, which naturally reflects the clarity you already carry within yourself. That makes you appear strong, rooted, reliable. Rarity, when it comes to attraction, is magnetic. But remember, timing is everything. This phrase works best when she shows some decisiveness or leadership. Maybe she orders boldly at a restaurant, shares her opinion with confidence, or tells you directly what she's aiming for in life. That's your moment. You look at her, nod slightly with calm admiration, and let the words land. "I like women who know what they want." Then pause. Let it breathe. Don't water it down. Don't explain it away. And don't soften it. You're not fishing for her approval. You're expressing what you value. Spoken with calm, grounded energy, those words create an emotional gravity pull she can feel. This phrase becomes even more effective if she asks you what type of woman you're into. Most men fumble, offering vague answers like, "I don't really have a type," or "someone who's nice, I guess." Forgettable. But when you respond with steady confidence, "I like women who know what they want," two things happen at once. You communicate strength, and you spark a quiet challenge. Without realizing it, she starts measuring herself against your standard. But here's the catch. You must live by the words you speak. If you tell her you value decisiveness, but still chase women who are indecisive, flaky, or insecure, your words lose weight instantly. On the other hand, if you stay grounded and consistent, she feels the difference. She knows you're not just talking, you're living it. And that's when the real magic begins. She'll start investing more in the interaction. She lean forward, open up, and subconsciously want to be seen as that kind of woman, the one who knows what she wants. This isn't manipulation, it's magnetism. It's a natural, healthy dynamic, where both people rise to each other's energy instead of playing games. So remember, don't speak to impress, speak to express your values. This single phrase, "I like women who know what they want," flips the script. Instead of you wondering how to keep her interest, she's now wondering how to keep yours. Most compliments don't leave an imprint. They don't carry weight. Why? Because nearly every guy notices the obvious. It doesn't take any awareness or emotional intelligence to say, "You're beautiful." Sure, it feels good in the moment, but it doesn't create depth. It doesn't set you apart. But when you notice her passion, like the fire in her eyes when she talks about her dreams, or the energy in her voice when she describes her goals, and you say, "That's what I like most about you," everything changes. That's the difference between being forgettable and unforgettable. This phrase is not just a compliment, it's a mirror. You're reflecting back something real about her that most people overlook. And when you do that, she feels something rare. She feels understood. When a woman feels truly understood by a man, something unlocks inside her. She opens up in ways she normally wouldn't. Let's go deeper. Imagine she's talking about her career, not just her title, but the why behind it. Maybe she lights up when she describes how she helps others. Or maybe there's a quiet fire in her voice when she talks about ambition. Maybe she shares something vulnerable. And in that moment, you don't just see her softness, you see her strength. That's when you lean in slightly. Not with hype or exaggeration, but with calm appreciation. And you say, "That's what I like most about you. The way you care so deeply. It's real, it's rare." Then stop. Let the silence breathe. That pause is where the power lives. It gives her space to feel the weight of your words. In that instant, you've validated something meaningful. You've shown her that you see the parts of her most men never notice. And that one sentence, it becomes a fingerprint on her memory. She won't forget it, not because it's poetic, but because it touched her where so few ever reach. The strength of this phrase grows because you don't overuse it. You don't hand it out carelessly, and you definitely don't say it too soon. You wait for the right moment, when she's showing you who she really is. And then you deliver it with presence, grounded and calm. Because at the end of the day, it's not only about the words, it's about the presence behind them. Picture this. She quietly helps someone without seeking recognition. Or she reveals how driven she is, without bragging. Or maybe she shares a deeply emotional story. And behind the vulnerability, you notice her courage. That's when you lower your voice just slightly, slow down, and let her feel it. That right there, that's what I like most about you. What follows is more than emotional, it's magnetic. She feels drawn to you, not because you gave her attention, but because you gave her recognition. And deep down, nearly every woman craves this, to be valued, not just for appearance, but for her essence. If you want to know what separates a man who lingers in her thoughts for days from the rest, it's this. He's the man who makes her feel emotionally significant. Most men never touch that level, but you will. And the most powerful part, when you say, "That's what I like most about you," you're not only complimenting her, shaping how she sees herself in that moment. That is attraction at the deepest level. That is the kind of moment that echoes. You see, you're not one-dimensional, you're layered. You carry substance, energy, standards, and, yes, maybe even a little controlled chaos. And that's not something every woman can handle. Most men, in contrast, present themselves like an open book. They aim to be as accessible, agreeable, and easygoing as possible, hoping that their simplicity will make them likable. But here's the problem. When a woman feels she already knows everything about a man, her curiosity fades. And once curiosity is gone, attraction dies quickly. This phrase breaks that predictable pattern. It introduces just enough friction, in a fun, playful way. It subtly implies that you are a challenge. And when delivered with confidence, that's incredibly attractive. Why? Because challenges awaken something primal. They spark intrigue, effort, and emotional investment. And that's exactly what you want. Picture the moment. She's teasing you, maybe joking that she's hard to impress, or confidently saying she can handle anything. That's when you lean back just slightly, let a slow, knowing smile spread across your face, and deliver it. "I don't know if you can handle me." Then, silence. Let the words hang in the air. What you've done in that instant is flip the script. She thought she was challenging you, but with one sentence, you turned the tables. Now, her mind is racing. What does he mean by that? What about him might I not be able to handle? Is it his ambition, his depth, his lifestyle, his confidence, his emotional control? She doesn't know yet, but she suddenly wants to find out. That's where the power of this line lies. Not in what you directly say, but in what it suggests. It opens a door to the unknown. It invites her to wonder, to test, maybe even to push you a little just to see if you're bluffing. And that's good. It means she's engaged. She's emotionally activated. But here's the critical part. You have to back it up. You can't say, "I don't know if you can handle me," and then act like every other man, over-explaining, chasing, or seeking her approval. Your actions must align with the message. That means being calm, centered, unbothered by her reactions. It means knowing your value without needing her validation. Because at its core, what you're really communicating is this: I'm not for everyone. And that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to be easy. I'm here to be real. If you want surface level, there are plenty of easier options. But if you want depth, intensity, and authenticity, then you'd better be ready. That's what makes this phrase magnetic. It's not arrogance, it's selectiveness. It's confidence in your complexity, and if she's intrigued enough to lean in, to try to uncover what you meant, that's when the dynamic shifts fully in your favor. Now, she's the one investing. She's chasing the feeling. She's stepping into your world, not the other way around, so don't toss this phrase out casually. Use it with timing, with calm certainty. Let your eyes carry the weight of it. Then give her a beat of silence to feel the shift and watch what unfolds next. Because here's the truth. When you're the one chasing, the roles reverse. She becomes the judge of your worth, while you risk becoming just another man trying to impress her. But when you calmly lean back and say, "I'm not that easy," the entire frame changes. Suddenly, You're no longer reacting to her charm, her teasing, or her little games. You're steady. You're cool. You're unshaken. And it's not because you don't like her, it's because you know your own value. That kind of worth isn't given away simply because someone shows you attention. It has to be earned. And this calm resistance, this quiet refusal to be swept away, is far more attractive than desperate approval could ever be. That's the beauty of this phrase. On the surface, it feels playful, even light-hearted. But underneath, it carries the weight of discipline and self-respect. What you're really saying is, I don't give my time, my energy, or my approval to just anyone. It takes something real to earn that. And for the right kind of woman, that idea isn't just interesting, it's intoxicating. Now, how do you deliver it? Timing matters. Use this phrase when she's testing you, when she's playfully pushing your buttons, or when she makes a bold, flirtatious move, expecting you to cave. Instead of nervous laughter, instead of rushing to match her energy, you hold steady. You meet her eyes. You let a slow, confident smile appear. And then without hurry you say, I'm not that easy. Then pause. Don't rush. Don't explain. Don't water it down. Just let the silence stretch for a moment. That pause is where the magic happens. Inside her mind, questions start sparking. Wait, did he just resist me? Is he actually serious? Does he really mean that? Whether she admits it or not, a spark of tension is created. And that spark, that subtle tension, is attraction. Because what you're really doing here is setting a boundary, but doing it with charm. You're showing her that beauty and charm alone aren't enough to win you over. That access to your presence has a price. And that price is effort, honesty, respect, and genuine interest. Very few men operate from this frame, and that's exactly why it's so powerful. See, most guys crumble at the first sign of attention. But when you show that you can appreciate her without being consumed by her, everything shifts. She realizes you have options, but you're selective. You're not needy. You're not addicted to validation. You're grounded. And that combination, mystery mixed with calm confidence, is simply irresistible. But here's the warning. Don't use this line as a trick or some memorized tactic. If you don't actually live by it, it will come across as fake. This has to be your truth. You really aren't that easy. You really do have standards. And when that belief is genuine, the phrase carries massive weight. So, the next time she leans in too confidently, the next time she assumes she has you wrapped around her finger, without putting in real effort, just smile. Look her in the eye, and softly say, I'm not that easy. Then watch what happens. Watch how she begins leaning in. Watch how she starts working for your attention, instead of the other way around. Because when you master not just the words, but the energy behind them, everything changes. Conversations flow more easily. Women pay closer attention. They feel something different around you. And that's the point. You're no longer chasing to be remembered. You've become the man who stands out effortlessly. Because attraction has never been about how much you say, it's about the energy you project. And when you speak from this grounded, centered place, your presence communicates more than words ever could. If this message resonates with you, support the mission. Subscribe to Mind of Stoic, because here you'll find real strategies, not empty talk. With your support, we'll reach even more men who are ready to stop settling and start rising.